Hello beautiful friends, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Amanda, otherwise known as Everything Beauty 2856 on here and Instagram. For today's video, I'm so excited because I'm giving you a review of the Riviera Palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. Do I like it? Do I not? I guess you're gonna have to stick around and see. But just to give you a little preview, if you haven't seen it already, it's this beautiful, bright, summery. This is a beautiful color story with a lot of mattes and metallic shades. So make sure to let me know what you think at the end. Be sure to comment down below any thoughts that you have, any other palettes that I should review. You know I'm an eyeshadow palette junkie, so I do not have a problem buying more palettes. Make sure to subscribe and also give this video a big thumbs up to let me know that you liked it. And you know what? Be sure to follow me on Instagram at everythingbeauty2856 because you'll see me create way more looks with this palette. So without further ado, let's get started. All right, sweet friends. So like I said, we are going in with the new Riviera palette. This palette is so pretty. So like I said in the intro, this isn't going to be a first impressions or anything like that because I've been playing with it for about the past week and I've got some thoughts for you. So just real quick, the packaging looks like this. Really beautiful and blue, nautical, beautiful detailing with the raised gold lettering. You flip it around, it looks just like this. Gives the shades, all the ingredients, which is super important. And then it says that it has a shelf life of 18 months, so that's good to know once you start using it, once you open it up. Yeah, 18 months. Palettes, truly, I think you can wait a little bit longer, but who am I? Don't quote me on that. And then this is also a cruelty-free brand, which is really cool. ABH is one of my favorites. That's why I knew I needed to pick this up. So onto the actual palette. So beautiful. The texture is like almost vinyl compared to the other palettes from ABH. I have Subculture and I have Modern Renaissance. As you know, Modern Renaissance is my favorite palette of all time. So I was really hoping the formula would live up to that. So without me going on forever, let me show you the inside of the palette. So I don't want to show you the mirror because I don't want you to get blinded, but so it has this beautiful almost indigo royal blue inside, and then the inside of the palette, oh my god, when I saw this in the store, like, and when I saw this when Norvina posted this, like, to me this just screams like this is so inspiring to me. I've wanted a bright palette for so long, and honestly there haven't been any that have come on the market that I'm like, okay, I want to support that brand, I want to support what they're doing with that palette or who that person is. So when I saw this, and I love Anastasia Beverly Hills, I love Norvina, I love everything they stand for, I was like, oh hell yeah. So the little breakdown of the palette, so you get 14 shades, the bottom are matte, and then you have your metallics up here, and then you have this matte white called Sail, which is beautiful. You can use it to lighten up any shadow. You can use it as a base to make the rest of the shadows pop. It is really nice. Most of these shades are a hit. There are a couple misses, which I will get into when we do swatches and when we're applying them on the eyes. So they are very beautiful. I love how this palette is set up. I think it was Soft Glam, or no, it was the Norvina palette that got a little bit of heat from how it was set up, but I think Norvina is a visionary. I love everything she does. I think she has an eye for this sort of thing. I mean, she's in the right business. So like, just look how beautiful, like, so when I saw this palette, the things that caught my eye were this beautiful pink shade called Bahamas. I love Mediterranean, that metallic blue. I love Seashells, this blue, Seaside, and Cans. So, oh, and Monte Carlo. It's a very pretty pink. Just a quick little swatchy. Like, very beautiful pink, but such a pretty palette. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to prime my eyes and then I will be back in just a second. All right, friends, so I am living and loving my best life. So I just went in and put an eye primer on, nothing too crazy, nothing I use out of the ordinary because I want to give this palette a very fair review for you. So going into her, I'm going to go in with the shade Sails, this beautiful white shade, and this is very pigmented, which I love. I'm just gonna sweep that all over the lid because again it helps everything pop and it just creates a beautiful base so everything blends in beautifully. And for this I'm using the Morphe M531. It's a pretty big brush. I sometimes use it for highlighting, but I just wanted to get this on clear. But as you can see, so this blends in so well. A lot of times white shades are pretty patchy or there's just inconsistencies in the formula. Like, this is a very beautiful white shade. You could also use this for when you're doing cut creases and setting your concealer. There's a lot of things you can do with this white. A lot of people were saying with this palette, one of their gripes was that you don't get like a dark teal or a darker color besides Palm, this brown. Truthfully, to me, I don't really mind that, but I don't know, just something to be aware of if you're gonna buy it. This palette is, I believe, $45, so it's interesting. It's like $2 or $3 more than Modern Renaissance. Sometimes the palettes jump around, but with the amount of pressed pigments that you get in here and how beautifully it performs, which you'll see, I am not mad at her at all. I'm gonna grab this Morphe brush. It doesn't have a name, but it's from that gold collection. And for transition shades, I'm going to mix together Estate and Coastline. Estate is a beautiful matte, almost beige shade, and Coastline is basically the same shade, just a little bit more orangey, a little bit more warm. I'm gonna put that right in my crease. Get that going in there. I am using a natural hair brush because I feel that this will help it blend really, really well. So just putting that in. And you see, very beautiful, very nice and warm. Because this is a very pigmented palette, I do my eyes before I do my face. Which isn't truly as I do that with most palettes anyway, so I don't really mind, but it's worth mentioning. Also, this palette does have a decent amount of fallout, but the nice thing about it is it doesn't really fall out on your face as long as you tap the brush off first. That is very important. So if you are in a pinch, or if you really prefer doing your face first, just make sure you're tapping off the brush to get rid of all that. So as you can see, it's a very beautiful light transition shade. So then I'm going to take a little bit smaller brush. This is the Morphe M433. It's stained, it's not that dirty, please. Be kind. And I'm gonna go with Monte Carlo. This is the beautiful pink shade in the palette, not the bright pink, but the almost, it's exactly what it sounds like Monte Carlo. Like, it just sounds beachy, it sounds glamorous. Look how beautiful that is. It's so beautiful and so pigmented. I didn't realize how much I would love the shadow. I've really been into pink looks, especially watching Makeup by Trine so much. She's a pink girl and I live, so it's been inspiring me to play with more pink palettes. Look how pretty this is. You could honestly leave it like this or just throw one of the metallics in the center and you're good to go, but no. So probably the time you've been waiting for, we're gonna go with Bahamas, this beautiful pink shade. This is honestly one of the stars of the palette. Like, okay, sis. I am so glad it didn't disappoint, because this is one of the things that drew me in. And it's just perfect. It's such a good pink. I wouldn't change anything about this shade. Not going as high as the crease, but I'm meeting it with the crease. So it's nice and blended, but look how stunning that is. I love, love, love Bahamas. It's so, so pretty. Just gonna put a little bit more of that on. And just because I want some cotton candy vibes today, okay, I'm gonna take a packer brush. And this is Miss Shady Lady by MOTD. And so I'm gonna show you one of the metallics dry, and then I'll show you with the brush wet. So, let's just do it. I wanna do Seashells, this beautiful blue. I love mixing together blues and pinks. This is another really great shade in the palette. You can totally use these dry, but I wet any brush that has a shimmer shade on it or a metallic, so, but I want to show you. It is really beautiful on its own, I must say. Like, look how pigmented that is already, if you can see. Very pigmented. So what I'm going to do, just because I'm extra, I'm going to go in and wet the brush and just paint this on. Look how stunning. I'm in love with the shade. And just because I'm extra and I just want to show you more colors, I'm going to go with the shade Mediterranean. So beautiful. It's this one down here. I'm just going to do that on the outer part of my lid on top of that blue just to deepen it up a little bit, give some dimension. Oh my god. So pretty. It doesn't make a huge difference, but it just kind of deepens it up on the outer corner. So good. So then truthfully, just because I can, I'm going to use a liner. This is from Hard Candy, and this is in the shade Silver Sky. And I just want to do like, I want to line what I did with the blue with this. I just really like how it makes it look. So you can tell. See that line? You're just going to essentially follow what you did. I'm going to try it halfway over my blue shades, over Seashells and Mediterranean. We don't want to go all the way, just halfway. Like, look how beautiful that looks. It cleans it up a little bit, and it makes it look like you tried really hard when you're really just tracing a line. Look how stunning. So, that is our look so far. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean this up. I'm going to do the rest of my face makeup, and then I will bring you back when I smoke up my lower lash line and throw some lashes on and complete the eye. And then we'll talk, do some swatches, and do all that good stuff. All right, sweet friends, so I am back. I finished the rest of the beads. We just went with a really fresh, beautiful, glowy look. So now I want to take you in so we can smoke out that lower lash line. So we're going to do exactly what we did on top. We're going to take Estate and Coastline, mix those together. Again, really make sure to cap your brush off before putting them on, because now that we have a base on, we don't want it falling everywhere. Just quickly smoke out the lower lash line. I could not find my lash glue anywhere. If you're wondering why I don't have lashes on, just keeping it real with all of you. Then I'm gonna go in with that Monte Carlo shade, the pink shade in the palette, the muted pink shade, I should say. Looking very beautiful. And then I'm just going to take Bahamas, that neon pink, and just do it on the outside of the eye. And then I'm going to build up Monte Carlo on the inside, just to give it kind of a gradient effect. So beautiful. Look at this cotton candy look. This palette is perfect for summer and spring, so I'm just going to do one last coat of a mascara. For this, I'm using my L'Oreal Voluminous. I'm living a cotton candy fantasy for you all. I'm just going to throw on a lip, and then we'll get to the swatches. Okay, so this is the final product. I'm living for this a cotton candy fantasy. For my lips, I kept it super simple. I went in with the NYX Butter Lip Balm in the shade Ladyfingers. This smells so good. Really moisturizing if you want something nice and light. And then in the center for the gloss, I used White Russian by Buxom, one of my faves. Like I said, this look would be elevated with some lashes, but I'm not gonna let that get her down. So I'm going to go in with some swatches and give you a final review of what I think. So now I'm gonna get to swatching the palette for you, and I'm gonna give you a final quick thoughts. All right, friends, so I wanted to swatch them with flash on just to show you how beautiful and glistening these are. So from top to bottom, I have Sails, that beautiful white shade, very nice, very creamy. Doesn't show up too well on my hands, but I mean, what can you expect? Next, I have Yacht, this beautiful bronzy color, very pretty for a sweep of color across the lid. We have Seashells, which you saw in my eyes, love that beautiful cotton candy feel. I have Palermo, which is a little bit darker pink, which you could totally mix with Bahamas or Monte Carlo, very beautiful. Next, I have Seaside. It swatches a little bit patchier than it actually goes on the eyes. This is a really beautiful shade, nice and cool toned, gives you a nice like silver lavender pop of color. Next, I have Inheritance, which is a beautiful yellow gold shade, second to last on the top row. This is really pretty. I think this would look beautiful on medium to dark, deep dark skin tones. On me, it just looks a little stark, a little just like very yellow, but I think on darker skin tones, this would be perfect. And then last but not least, I have Mediterranean, which is one of my favorite shades in the entire palette. It's this beautiful, like deep, dusty blue. It reminds me of like a foggy color. So pretty. So then we have the bottom row. So these are matte shades. If you're seeing the shimmer, that's from the row previous. So please, it's not like that. So the top shade I have is Estate by my wrist. This is basically my skin tone color. So this is going to be perfect to lay down on my eye before going in with shades if I don't want to go in with sales. This is really beautiful, really nice and creamy shade. Next I have Cabana, which is like this mustardy yellow. Very beautiful. I like using that as one of the transition shades. I also love putting this in the outer V of my eye to give it a nice warm pop of color. Next I have Coastline, which is this beautiful peachy shade. I really like this one again for transition. You saw me use it today. Next we have Bahamas, which is the beautiful neon pink. So good. It swatches a little patchy, but you saw it on my eyes. It's not patchy at all. Finger swatches only tell so much about the product, so take them with a grain of salt for sure. Next I have Monte Carlo, that beautiful pinky, almost Barbie shade. I love that one. I like using that in the crease. Next, this is my least favorite shade in the palette. I'm pretty bummed out. This is Cans. And the thing that sucks is in the palette, like if you see here, that's something that your eye immediately goes to is this beautiful bright purple, but it swatches not so great, and it doesn't go great on the eyes either. It's so patchy, it takes forever to build up. So if you have time and you want a project, then go ahead and use it. But if you want something quick and easy, this isn't just a shade for you. Definitely the least promising shade of the palette. And then last but not least, we have Palm, which is this beautiful brown shade. I haven't used it as much as the other ones, but it goes on really nice on the eyes the couple times I have used it. Something that needs to be said about this palette, I love that it is a pretty fair balance between warms and cool tones. Like obviously these are all pretty warm, but you get some of the shimmers that are cool toned and even the brown. So it's nice that you have all different kinds of options. All right, sweet friends, so that is the tea on the new Riviera palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. If you couldn't tell, I'm in love with this palette. I haven't been able to put it down. Quite frankly, this is the only palette I've been using this entire past week. I love it so much. I would definitely recommend it to all of you, especially if you want just a beautiful, bright palette to play with this spring and summer. I totally see myself diving to it even more. I can't wait. Please feel free to DM me some of your favorite looks you've seen. I would love to recreate some. I just went in with this cotton candy look today, but you know, I would love to try out some more things. And yeah, I hope you love this video. Comment down below, are you gonna buy it? Have you bought it? What are your thoughts on it? Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up so I know that you like these review type videos. And go ahead and smash that subscribe button. Help a girl achieve her dreams. I look forward to talking to you even more, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.